In the summer of 1973, a modest coming-of-age film changed Hollywood forever. American Graffiti captured the excitement, uncertainty, and unforgettable memories of one final night before adulthood. Set in the early 1960s and filled with classic rock and roll, fast cars, and youthful dreams, the film became an instant classic. Directed by a young George Lucas years before Star Wars, it launched the careers of several future stars and earned its place as one of the most influential films in American cinema. More than 53 years have passed since audiences first cruised the streets of Modesto with Kurt, Steve, John, Terry, and Debbie. While the movie remains timeless, the lives of its cast have taken extraordinary and sometimes heartbreaking paths. Here's a look at what happened to the beloved stars of American Graffiti as of 2026. One of the film's breakout stars was Richard Dreyfuss, who portrayed Kurt Henderson, the thoughtful teenager searching for answers about his future. Following the film's success, Dreyfuss became one of Hollywood's most respected actors, delivering unforgettable performances in classics such as Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and The Goodbye Girl, which earned him an Academy Award for Best Actor. Today, he remains active through interviews, special appearances, and occasional acting projects, continuing to be celebrated as one of his generation's finest performers. Ron Howard, who played Steve Belander, took an entirely different path. Although he continued acting for a few years, Howard eventually became one of the most successful film directors in Hollywood history. His directing credits include Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, The Da Vinci Code, and many other acclaimed productions. His remarkable transition from child actor to Oscar-winning director has made him one of the entertainment industry's most admired figures. The unforgettable Paul Le Mat portrayed John Milner, the legendary street racer whose cool confidence made him one of the film's most memorable characters. His outstanding performance earned him a Golden Globe Award for Most Promising Newcomer. While he continued appearing in films and television, he largely stepped away from the spotlight in later years. Nevertheless, fans still remember him as the face of classic American cruising culture. Another fan favorite was Charles Martin Smith, who played Terry the Toad Fields. Terry's awkward charm and surprising adventures provided many of the film's most funny and heartfelt moments. Smith later built a successful career not only as an actor, but also as a respected screenwriter and director. His behind-the-camera work demonstrated talents that extended far beyond acting. Cindy Williams, who portrayed Laurie Henderson, enjoyed enormous success after American Graffiti. Millions of television viewers came to know and love her as Shirley Feeney on the hit sitcom Laverne and Shirley. Her natural comedic timing and warmth made her one of television's brightest stars throughout the 1970s and 1980s. Sadly, Cindy Williams passed away in 2023 at the age of 75 following a brief illness. Fans around the world continue to celebrate the joy she brought to both film and television. One of the movie's most recognizable faces was Harrison Ford, who had only a relatively small role as Bob Falfa, the confident drag racer. At the time, few could have predicted that he would soon become one of Hollywood's biggest superstars. After starring as Han Solo in Star Wars and Indiana Jones in the adventure series that bears his character's name, Ford became an international icon. More than 5 decades later, he remains active in film and television, continuing to impress audiences with his enduring charisma. The cast also included talented performers such as Mackenzie Phillips, Candy Clark, Bo Hopkins, and Wolfman Jack, each of whom contributed unforgettable moments to the film. Candy Clark earned an Academy Award nomination for her heartfelt performance as Debbie Dunham, while Mackenzie Phillips later became known for her work on television. Bo Hopkins built a long career playing rugged characters in westerns and action films before his passing in 2022. Legendary radio personality Wolfman Jack, whose voice became one of the film's defining elements, passed away in 1995, but his unmistakable style remains forever linked to the movie's nostalgic atmosphere. Beyond its remarkable cast, American Graffiti transformed American filmmaking. Produced on a modest budget, it became one of the most profitable films ever made and proved that heartfelt storytelling could resonate with audiences of every generation. The movie also helped launch the careers of George Lucas, producer Francis Coppola Cother, and many of the actors who would soon become household names. Today, more than 53 years after its release, American Graffiti remains much more than a nostalgic trip through the early 1960s. It is a celebration of friendship, youthful dreams, first love, and the bittersweet realization that life is always moving forward. For those who grew up with the film, it brings back cherished memories of a simpler time. For younger audiences, it offers a timeless reminder that every generation experiences the excitement and uncertainty of growing up. Although some beloved cast members are no longer with us, their performances continue to live on every time the film is watched. Meanwhile, surviving stars like Richard Dreyfuss, Ron Howard, Paul Le Mat, Charles Martin Smith, Harrison Ford, and others remain lasting symbols of one of cinema's greatest coming-of-age stories. The lasting appeal of American Graffiti lies in its remarkable ability to transport viewers back to a moment in time when life seemed filled with endless possibilities. Although the story unfolds over the course of a single evening, it captures emotions that remain universal decades later. The excitement of graduation, the uncertainty of leaving home, the thrill of first love, and the fear of stepping into adulthood. These timeless themes continue to resonate with audiences, making the film just as meaningful today as it was in 1973. For many members of the cast, the movie became the turning point that changed their lives forever. Some went on to achieve international fame, while others enjoyed long and respected careers away from the constant spotlight. Looking back after 53 years, it's remarkable to see how one relatively small film became the launching pad for so many talented performers. Perhaps no career changed more dramatically than Harrison Ford's. At the time of filming, Ford was still struggling to establish himself in Hollywood and often worked as a carpenter between acting jobs. His appearance as Bob Falfa may have been brief, but it caught the attention of director George Lucas. That connection would soon lead to one of the most famous casting decisions in movie history, when Ford was chosen to portray Han Solo in Star Wars. From there, his career exploded with iconic roles that transformed him into one of the world's most recognizable actors. Ron Howard's journey proved equally extraordinary. While audiences already knew him from television, American Graffiti helped demonstrate his ability to handle more mature roles. Yet it was behind the camera where Howard truly found his calling. Over the decades, he earned a reputation for directing films that balanced emotional storytelling with spectacular filmmaking. His influence on modern cinema extends far beyond acting, making him one of Hollywood's most respected creative leaders. Richard Dreyfuss also enjoyed an incredible rise following the film's success. Throughout the late 1970s, he starred in several landmark productions that remain beloved classics today. His performances consistently displayed intelligence, humor, and emotional depth, qualities that earned him widespread critical acclaim. Even after decades in the industry, he continues to be admired for his dedication to the craft of acting. Several other cast members followed unique paths that reflected the unpredictable nature of Hollywood. Candy Clark remained active in film and television, earning praise for her memorable supporting performances. Charles Martin Smith successfully reinvented himself as a director, proving that creative talent often extends well beyond what audiences first see on screen. Paul Le Mat, though less visible in later years, maintained a loyal following among fans who never forgot his unforgettable portrayal of John Milner. Sadly, time has also brought moments of loss. Cindy Williams' passing in 2023 reminded fans how deeply they had become to the actress whose warmth and charm lit up every scene she appeared in. Bo Hopkins, another familiar face from the film, also left behind an impressive body of work that continues to entertain audiences. The unforgettable voice of Wolfman Jack remains instantly recognizable, preserving the soundtrack of an era that helped define the movie's atmosphere. The friendships formed during production have also become part of the film's enduring legacy. Over the years, surviving cast members have reunited for anniversaries, interviews, documentaries, and fan conventions, sharing stories about the low-budget production that none of them expected would become a cultural phenomenon. Their memories often revealed the relaxed atmosphere on set, where many of the young actors were simply enjoying the experience without realizing they were helping create a cinematic masterpiece. Film historians frequently describe American Graffiti as one of the most influential coming-of-age movies ever made. It inspired countless filmmakers to tell smaller, character-driven stories centered on ordinary people rather than larger-than-life heroes. Its innovative use of continuous rock and roll music also changed how soundtracks were used in motion pictures, influencing generations of directors who followed. Even today, the movie continues to attract new fans who appreciate its authentic portrayal of teenage life before smartphones, social media, and the digital age. The classic automobiles, drive-in restaurants, cruising culture, and unforgettable soundtrack create an atmosphere that feels both nostalgic and timeless. For older viewers, it recalls treasured memories of youth. For younger audiences, it offers a fascinating glimpse into an America that exists only through stories and cinema. More than 5 decades after its release, American Graffiti remains a shining example of storytelling that transcends generations. While the cast members have experienced triumphs, personal challenges, and in some cases, heartbreaking losses, their performances continue to bring joy to millions around the world. Every time the film is watched, their youthful energy, unforgettable characters, and remarkable chemistry remind us why this simple story about one unforgettable night became one of the greatest classics in film history. Their legacy lives on, not only through their individual careers, but through a movie that continues to celebrate friendship, dreams, and the journey into adulthood with the same heart and authenticity that captivated audiences back in 1973.